Alright, everyone, and welcome back to a new episode of Orenda Power. Today, very simple video. I wanted to talk about the 120-gallon aquarium. I did minor rescape. Uh, if you watch my videos, I don't even think you will notice that much of a difference. But basically, what I did is so this part have not changed that much, maybe a bit here. This plastic plant right there, used to be here. But what I did really was change a little bit the caves. And also, you see this big wall of rocks. Well, this part used to be a lot like closer to the front of the aquarium. But I figured out this might be a problem for the silver dollars. You see, like, especially Big Boy right here, his face is a bit damaged. And that's because those fish, they are crazy, like extremely skittish, and like the moment I do something wrong, okay, the moment I check the tank from the top, or I open the light, or I open the lid, or I look at them wrong, they will freak out and go a bit everywhere. Right now they're pretty calm. I just fed them and they're pretty chill, but yeah, they tend to go crazy and they tend to hurt themselves by bashing themselves, mainly on the big pointy rocks, I guess. I decided to, yeah, give them a bit more space for them to swim. And also for this guy, I just measured him a week ago. He's now 5 inch and five inch five, so 5 inch and a half. He's huge. He's a massive fish at this point. Like, compared to my hand, I guess my hand is 5 inch five as well, because like he's as long as my hand now. Oh, and by the way, look at my crazy beautiful credences. Hello, girl. Hello, Diana. Damn, popping up some nice color. I used to have a male in here, and he just disappeared. I think he died or something. I think she bullied him to death or something. I'm not exactly sure what happened. He just hid somewhere, and then I've never seen him again. And that sucks. I wanted some babies from her, but I guess not. The other minnows right here, which are a different species. They don't look like this guy. They are growing quite well. And my favorite out of the four, or actually the five of them, because there's a tiny guy right there. But yeah, they're growing like crazy. And my favorite one is, I think it's this one. Let me just check. Yeah, that's one. His name is Mole, because he have a big mole on his face, and I kind of like that. He was, at the very least, getting the biggest out of the four. I'm not sure if it's still the case. They are all growing rather quickly, but yeah, he's the most aggressive feeders, and that's something I love about fish. Like, the most aggressive feeder you are, the more I will pay you respect. That's how I like things. A dog that doesn't eat a lot and is skittish, I will not like as much as a dog who eats like a pig. I will say I like to see animal eat, I guess. And fish, particularly like this big guy, when it's time to feed, he's very entertaining to watch. The other day I was rescaping and he bit off my finger. Like my finger, I'm missing a. Look, I only have 3 fingers now. No, don't worry, kids. I didn't get my fingers like chopped off, but yeah, he's a menace. And the other fish are growing pretty well too, so that's pretty cool. Um, I also like placed the plastic plants a bit differently to add more cover, I guess, and just to look better. This one, okay, this plastic plant is both my favorite and least favorite, and let me tell you why. When it hits the exact good spot, it looks the most realistic. But when it looks like that, all like ugly and shit, like it doesn't look good when it's all fell like that. I'm not sure how to say that in English, but you know like you know what I'm you know what I'm saying. Um, yeah, I the more I look at this aquarium, the more I feel there is like a species of fish missing, or several species of fish missing, but not too much fish missing. I I want something big, I guess, on the bottom, or something small on the bottom. But I definitely feel like there's not enough movement on the bottom. I have this guy, and I have okay, calm down. And I have this guy that are really active at the bottom, but look at all the amazing caves, and no fish go in the caves except krill. And sometimes these guys, actually, I've seen them go in the caves for some reason, and I find that really entertaining. But yeah, like this guy, he's hoarding all the cool spots, and I want like potentially cichlids in here. Probably yellow labs, or I think it's called the Masonite. So I could go for African cichlid, but I could also, I'm not gonna lie, okay? Every time I go to the pet store, there's a lot of convict cichlid, and I know everything about the convict cichlid. They breed like crazy. They are mean, and I used to have one, and he was the best. I had to sell him because he was fighting with pumpkin spice, my parrot cichlid, but sadly, pumpkin spice is gone, and now there's a hole in my heart that I've never been able to fill. I want the next big thing. I want the next pumpkin spice. I want the next like mascot fish. I want, and this guy is filling a big place in my heart right now, and this one too, and these guys too. But like, come on, I need something like a cichlid, something mean, something mean, but not that dangerous. I want a cichlid with attitude, that barks but does not bite, type of deal. And I've talked about that with my girlfriend, and my girlfriend really, really, and myself as well. Uh, Actually, yeah. My dream for a long time is to have an Oscar fish. And I actually bought this entire 120-gallon aquarium to have a Oscar fish. But I'm so afraid to get an Oscar fish right now because of all the little minnows and all the little fish. Like an Oscar fish would do very well, I think, with this guy and those two big boys, and this guy. But this tiny fish, like this one is gone. This one is gone if I buy a big Oscar fish. So I would buy a small Oscar fish, and hopefully the minnows would like grow to this size before the Oscar grow to this size, and eventually the Oscar will actually get bigger. But I'm not sure. I'm not so sure about wanting a Oscar fish right now. You know, what I'm thinking, all right, is maybe a Jack Dempsey, maybe a convict cichlid, as I mentioned, maybe a electric blue acara. I would be fine with an electric blue acara. Pretty beautiful fish. Maybe a severum, maybe a vieja, maybe a geophagus. You know, something. I need something on the bottom. I need something that will be interesting, entertaining, beautiful. Have, you know, kind of a something, you know what I mean. Something strong. You know, something mean but not evil. I don't want a jaguar cichlid, for example, because that is gonna murder everything. I don't want my fish to be stressed out. I just want like a big fish that would be like, I'm the boss here. I'm the man. You know what I mean. So Oscar fish apparently are actually the thing I'm looking for. You know, they look big and strong and angry, and yet they are one of the most peaceful cichlid, and they will not attack everyone for no reason, but they will certainly eat the small fish, and I don't want my small fish gone. What I could do, I could certainly rehome the rainbow fish in the 55-gallon, because they are growing so slow, man. And I think the rest would be fine. Do you think a giant Daniel would be fine with the Oscar fish, or is that too small? Let me know. Let me know, because you know giant Daniel's very fast. This guy, I think he's too big to be eaten. Don't you think? Like he's swimming with the silver dollars, and he's the boss. You know. Look how pretty this fish is. Yes, you're so pretty. Shine. Shine all those bright colors at me. Shine them. Shine. Yes. Yes, good boy. You're a good boy. But yeah, let me know. Let me know. Get it? Because he's a minnow. Anyway, I've heard from the across the vines that if you press on the like button right now, there's something really cool that will happen. And if you subscribe, there's like a new sound. YouTube, it makes a new sound. It's kind of a, it makes that noise when you subscribe. You can trust me on that. And if it doesn't make that sound, I think YouTube is just broke for you. But like, you know, me, I tried to subscribe to myself. No, I did not do that. But you know, maybe I should, because my God, I post quality content, you know. Please like my video, please, guys. I'm desperate at this point. Please. All right, goodbye. Bye. I see you in your dream. Bye.